So I was just researching the Letitia Stout case and all the other cases we've been covering, and lo and behold, it's about that time. Found some more Darrell Brooks footage. This shit is crazy. Now we have one of the mothers, one of the victims, who got one of her kids hit. Her name is Heather Rashadi. I think I'm saying that right. But anyway, she gets kind of combative with Brooks. You know what I mean? She's not really a pushover, which is what I like to see in these cases. I don't like when defense, or for this example, the defendant tries to bully or kind of punk the person on the stand. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. It's a crazy one. Before we continue, I gotta shout out all my Patreon members as usual. You guys are awesome. New video dropping tomorrow, so whoever's not tapped in, make sure y'all go tap in. Yeah, we have a good time over there. And shout out my Instagram peoples, all the DMs. I'll be trying to catch up to all the DMs. You guys are awesome. But anyways, people, let's go ahead and jump into this. If you guys are tired of the Darrell Brooks coverage, let me know. But I've been having a good time with y'all. So let's go ahead and check this out.
And the state should be ready to call its next witness.
Still appearing by a third party for my client in this matter. As a living human being.
He said he's representing his client as a living human being or some crazy shit like that. Like, the ramblings of this man is insane. He's like a fucking child who never got attention, bro. I mean, it's not like a child who never got attention. He never got attention. It's quite obvious. Anyways, let's continue.
Also would like for the record to address subject matter jurisdiction again, Your Honor, if you would like to answer that now.
No, I would not. And will not.
Is that a judiciary determination?
Is that a judiciary determination? Yeah. Subject matter jurisdiction needs to be, it needs to be laid out for everybody once again.
Yes, I've previously addressed that issue.
So you will not be answering that.
All right, the record should reflect the jury is coming in.
Is that a tacit agreement again, Your Honor?
I'm not answering that.
Look at how he side-eyed the camera. That shit is hilarious. You know, in his mind, he has to think that he's a moron. Like, he has to think, like, damn, I'm really making a fool out of myself right now. Like, mama, don't watch the news because this shit is not what you want to see. Like,
coming in.
Look at how he side-eyes the camera real quick, just to see if people are looking at him.
A tacit agreement again, Your Honor?
Look, you see the side-eye? That shit is hilarious.
Is that a tacit agreement again, Your Honor?
I'm not answering that.
So is that a yes or no?
Come on, Judge. We need to address subject matter jurisdiction because apparently it has not been addressed for the record. It has not been addressed for the record, and the jury deserves to know this. Bro is full of shit all day long, guys. All day long. So I love this shit.
I'll take that as a yes for the record, Your Honor.
That's not either, sir. I'm not answering
You didn't
that.
reply. Remember, non-response is consent.
All right, thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Statement call its next witness.
The state would call Heather Rashadi.
All right, good morning. Ms. Rashadi, if you would please make your way to the witness stand. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand, and my clerk, Teresa, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Heather Rashadi, HeatherRicciotti.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Mr. Shadi, I want to direct your attention to November 21st of last year. Were you at the Christmas parade held on Main Street in the city of Waukesha?
I was.
Who were you there with?
I was there with my 3 children.
How old are they?
At the time, they would have been 7, 5, and not quite 2.
Do you recall where you were seated or standing?
We were on the corner by the steaming cup.
Okay. I'm going to ask that Exhibit 51, which was previously admitted into evidence, be published to the jury.
You could tell by the look in her eyes. One, she's been traumatized. She knows she's about to go back through this, traumatizing experience. But number 2, you could tell she's not one for the bullshit. It's almost like you can tell that she's had up to here with this entire situation. Now she has to relive this. So I'm assuming these answers are about to come out really quick, concise, and accurately. Now, if Darrell Brooks tries to do some here and there and try to force a answer out of her mouth, I highly doubt that's going to happen. It's almost like that female police officer who responded to him, and she was like one of the few people who really talked back to him, and it's like, no, that's not what I said. This is what happened. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. There's a few people who really talked back to Brooks and corrected him, and I think she's going to be one of them.
Permission granted.
Ma'am, do you see the area highlighted on the screen in front of you? Actually on the table right in front of you.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Okay. And does that look familiar as the steaming cup?
Yes, we were on the paver portion of the corner there.
Okay. Can you circle or put an X in the area that you and your 3 kids are at, approximately?
Sure.
Just a
Touchscreen, okay.
Yes.
So I would have been a little bit further back from my kids, maybe like over here. And my 2 older kids would have, they were in the street.
Damn.
Right about there.
Okay.
Damn. And remember, a lot of the parents were in the back and the kids were at the front. Why is that? Oh, bad parenting. No, it's because the kids are short, obviously. You know what I mean? So it's a parade. No cars are driving through the street. The kids can go out there. Man, listen. She probably never going to do some shit like that again. The parents are in safety, and tragically, all the kids are in front. So there was another person who testified. It was a father, and he had his wife and kids, and the kids were the same way. Kids were in front of the group. And that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you better give your kid like a little piggyback ride, or what you call it, where they get on your shoulders. That's how I'm doing it for parades. I don't care how shit. After this, yo, get on my shoulders, young one, because you're not going out in this street. That's crazy, man. But you would never expect somebody to be driving through at full speed, it seemed like. You know what I mean? You just don't expect that.
Okay. And at some point, were you standing? I'm sorry?
I was standing and my youngest was in a stroller with me.
Okay. And the other 2 kids, were they in the street?
Yep, they were with the other kids that were just waiting for candy from the floats.
Were their kids on like your right side as you're watching the parade?
They were kind of just in front of me, a little to the side though, yeah.
Okay, thank you. What was that the approximate area that your kids were standing?
Even out probably a little bit further than where I circled.
Did anyone raise a concern about where they were standing at some point during the parade?
There was concern about it. A police officer had come by and actually moved all the kids back a little bit. And there was another mom there, and her daughter was near my kids. And she had actually said to me, gosh, they're out a little bit far. And I said, everything's going so slow, they're not going to get hit. They'll be fine.
I could imagine that conversation. She was like, bitch, mind your own business. Mind your own kids, okay? Don't tell me how to handle my kids. I feel like that conversation was a lot more hostile than she's, recalling it. But okay, at least I'm not the only one, because I was like, man, I don't know if she had a man with her or what, but me as a man, I'm gonna be like, yo, pull them kids the fuck inside, pull them closer. I'll throw one on my shoulders. You stand next to one. Like, even though we're not expecting a dumbass to drive through the parade a sex offender at that to drive through the parade, you still don't know. Like a float could malfunction, something could fall off, something, you know what I mean? Like, you guys, please, man, take this as a lesson to, you know, keep a better eye on your kids until they turn like 16, 17, 18. From 16 to 18, you can't really do nothing. You just gotta hope they don't die. You know what I mean? You just gotta pray and pray to God, be like, Lord, when they go out there, hopefully they don't do no dumb shit and they survive, you know, because at that point they're doing their own thing. But when they're that young, well, she said 7, almost 2, and another age. When they're that young, bro, you better have them clink right next to you until they understand, like, oh, street, don't go there. Parade, oh, stay in a safe distance. You can't just let kids do whatever, because kids, they don't think with the same logic as adults, obviously. I mean, you know, public service announcement, but they really don't. They just don't be thinking about shit. Like, at all. They're just immortal in their heads. Literally, bro. They're immortal in their own heads. They don't have a thought, doesn't even cross their mind that, oh, I could get hit by a float, let alone Brooks. You know what I mean? So y'all gotta be careful. She gotta be careful.
So at some point during the parade, was your attention diverted from what was the floats and the participants and the spectators to something else? Was your attention drawn away?
Yeah, there was one point when there was a break in the actual parade, and an SUV came down the road, and it was coming faster than any parade float should have been coming, so it was confusing, and I didn't know what was happening at the time, but it did veer into the crowd just right in front of me where my son got hit.
Okay. So first of all, can you draw an arrow on the direction that the vehicle was going?
Sure. It was coming from this way.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that diagram, guys. Again, like, this is your own parenting. It's subjective, you know. People will do what they're gonna do. But me personally, bro, I've been to many parades. You know, every year we had a parade in Belize and shit. The kids are always at the front. That's just how life is. The kids are short, the parents are taller, so kids go to the front. But one thing I'm not gonna do is have my kid on the pavement. Like, we're all gonna be on that island. Come on. Like, I've seen a gun get pulled in parades. Like, I've seen some shit happen. Like, before the whole Darrell Brooks trial, first of all, before the whole Brooks trial, I know that you have to be careful in crowds. You know what I mean? Especially parades. It might not be the craziest, most insane act like this, but I was in a parade one time. A guy ran over somebody's shoes, right? It was like he was driving his car real slow, and there was this homeless guy. I think he was homeless, maybe just like, you know, less fortunate. Ran over his foot. Homeless guy gets mad, threw his beer on the top of the car. Whole beer. You know what I mean? Pissed off. Bro jumps out of the car and then pulls a gun out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay. Nothing happened. He just kind of waved it at him, kind of just scared the old guy. And bro was like, all right, bro, I ain't trying to die, this and that. It ended. Bro drove off, right? But what if he just decided to just start airing out that shit? Like, or maybe not airing it out. Maybe he decided to shoot at the homeless guy. And he sucks ass because he doesn't train. He doesn't know how to aim. You know what I'm saying? And he hits your kid. You know what I mean? At least have your kid somewhere in reach where you see the guy pull a gun, you grab these motherfuckers, and it's like, let's go that way, because we are not, you know what I mean, you're not gonna get hit because I'm paying attention. But yeah, bro, just more vigilance, guys. Like, more vigilance. Parades, they're a fun time, but bullshit can happen, believe me.
And what direction, if you can kind of follow that line, what direction was it going? As you said, it veered towards you.
It wasn't going straight. It was just kind of like, and then it just kind of went in this way and ended up right about there.
Were any of your kids, one was in a stroller that was by you, up on the ledge, I think, or the...
Yeah, further back.
Were either of your other two kids struck by the SUV?
My middle son, Owen, was struck by the SUV. When it came through.
And Owen is 7?
He was 5 at the time. He's 6
Look at this dumbass. He's like, oh, conspiracy.
when it came through.
Look at him. Oh, I don't know about that testimony. Something's wrong there. Are you sure it was your middle son? You can already see him formulating what he's going to say against that. That is crazy, bro. My middle child got hit. He's like, sounds fishy to me.
And Owen is 7?
He was 5 at the time. He's 6 now.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's exactly
He's
what
the
I
middle
had down.
one.
I was just testing you to make sure that you knew the age.
It's hard to keep them straight, but I sometimes do.
Thank you. Did you see the path of travel after the SUV came towards you and hit Owen?
I didn't, because I gathered up my kids as fast as I could, and we had parked in the public lot down here, and so I just gathered them up as fast as I could, and we just ran to the car and to get out of there. There was a lot of chaos and screaming and crying. And
Did you? What injuries did Owen receive?
he ended up needing 6 stitches. He had a gash on his eye, above his eye, like in his eyebrow. So we needed 6 stitches because it was pretty deep. They couldn't just glue it or anything like that.
Now, you put your hand above your right eyebrow. Was it above his right eyebrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have been another dead child, bro. He is so lucky that he got 6 stitches. Listen, I've gotten some stitches in my life. I think in my head, I got like 32 stitches in my head because I got attacked by a dog one time. And then if you guys notice right here, there's like a little lump in my eyebrow. I got hit by a rock. Still don't know who threw it. Gashed my whole shit open. Boom. And I had to get about 4 or 5, maybe 6. There's some around there, stitches in that. Let me tell you, stitches are not fun. But what is better is getting stitches instead of dying. You know what I mean? Because that could have gone way worse.
And where were the kids facing, if you recall, right before the SUV came and struck Owen?
They were waiting for the next float, so he was turned facing the way the floats were coming because there wasn't anything going on at the time. We were just waiting for the next thing, so they were just watching for the next float to come by.
Okay. So I'm assuming his
So he was-
body...
Yeah, he was turned.
Okay, thank you. Did you get medical attention right away?
I dropped my youngest and my oldest off at home, and then I quickly took Owen to Waukesha Memorial.
And that's where he was treated?
That's where he was treated.
Did you see, first of all, what color was the SUV?
It was a maroonish red.
Okay. Did you notice anything distinctive about it other than it was a maroonish red SUV?
No.
A homeless asshole. A homeless looking asshole driving through the parade with his face like this. That was his face. Like, bro, how does a woman that you're beating on, that you've abused over the years, how does she get you so angry to the point that you drive through a parade? I just don't get the correlation. I'm mad at Erica. He's Kirby, the weirdo that was Erica's friend at the time. He says he's about to call the police, right? And then you just drive through a parade? Like, you're already hot, bro. Get in the car and drive home. Like, his life could have been so much different, bro. His life could have been so... And I don't even care. First of all, fuck Brooks. I'm just saying, his life could have been so much different if he just decided to drive home. Drive to his mommy's house because he doesn't even have a home. Imagine being damn near 40, or I think he was in his 40s. You guys let me know how old he was. You're not researching, AG. You should know. Put in the comments and tell me how old he is, or don't comment. Shit. But yeah, 40-year-old man, let's just call it that. And this is what you're doing? You don't have a house? You don't have a car? You have a girlfriend that you beat up? Like, that is crazy. That is the most shameful shit ever. He gets zero pussy. You know why? Because women want to know that you have a place to live. I'm just saying. They want to know that you got your own car, your job, and a place to live. Those are the 3 requirements to start things out. That's just baseline. Bro didn't have any of those things, bro. He didn't even have a license, bro. So you know he's not getting nothing. He's only getting young girls who don't know better. A woman who actually knows her worth, she's not fucking with you. You don't have a job? You don't have a car? You live with your mom? Oh, okay. And shout out those who are still living with their mom. That's different if you're like paying rent and contributing. He was just a leech and sucking and pulling away from everybody.
Did you see the vehicle prior to it striking Owen strike anyone?
I didn't.
Did you see the vehicle strike anyone after it struck Owen?
I didn't.
Nothing further.
Oh, sorry. Nope. We'd ask that a screenshot be taken of State's Exhibit 51. I believe that would be 51.
He's like, oh, she ended it, Your Honor. She ended the cross-examination, Your Honor. So I object. I object to prosecution continuing. I object, Your Honor. How do they get to continue after they said they're done? You know, because he likes to ask questions when he objects. Oh, he's looking for anything, and bro, you're not getting nothing. There's no loophole. Zero. With his ugly looking self.
That a screenshot be taken of State's Exhibit 51.
Look at him. Wait, didn't they say they were done? Didn't they say that no further questions? Your Honor, are you gonna let this stand? This guy, bro, is a moron, bro.
Owen?
I didn't.
Nothing further.
Oh, sorry. Nope. We'd ask that a screenshot be taken of State's Exhibit 51. I believe that would be 51A.
Objection.
And we'd ask that the
Yep, he objected. What'd I tell you? He objected because they forgot to ask a question. You're a fucking idiot, dog. I'm sorry.
Objection.
Overruled.
My objection was to clarification on whether she was done or not.
Yeah, what? I did not watch this video ahead of time, guys. I only saw a little piece about the mom. What did I tell you who was going to object to? Them not being done, or them saying they're done and then having one or two more questions to ask. Guess what? It's called human error. You idiot. And you can't ask a question. I said he would ask a question also, and he's asking, bro, undefeated, bro. I know this guy inside out. You already know what he's about to do. You already know.
Overruled.
My objection was to clarification on whether she was done or not.
I believe it is 51A. It is also captured, and did you move that one in to evidence?
Thank you.
Sorry, did you move 51A?
I did.
All right, and 51A is also received.
Completely ignored him. That has to burn his pride right there.
And the state would have no other questions for this witness. Thank you.
All right, any questions, sir?
Yes. You stated a few minutes ago that at one point before the vehicle came through that you were having a conversation to the effect of things were going slow, they're not going to get hit.
I never said I was having a conversation.
Well, let me back up.
Straight off the bat. Listen. I like this lady. This is the type of lady you want in your life. She's like, nah, bro. Get that shit. I never said I was having a conversation. Yeah. Shut that shit down. The look of disgust on her face. Lovely. Lovely. I don't understand how people can just sit there and smile with him and be like, yes, and answer his dumbass questions. Listen, I would be so combative until the judge had to tell me to ease up a little bit, bro. Come on now.
Never said I was having a conversation.
Never said
Well,
that.
Let me back up.
Dumbass.
Who were you talking to when you said everything's going slow, pretty slow, they're not going to get hit?
Another mom.
So would it be fair to say that's a conversation?
Yes.
And why did you make reference to getting hit? at that point?
Because I didn't expect my kid to get hit at a parade.
So you had already made the determination that they were going to get hit at a parade at that point?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative, sustained. You do not have to answer that question.
That's insane. What? Hold on, back that up. I would spit in this guy's face, bro. Give me a day. Give me a day in jail. Give me a week in jail. If he was close enough, I would across the courtroom like fucking Kobe in the fucking face. You got me fucked up asking me some crazy shit like that.
So you had already made the determination that they were going to get hit at a parade at that point?
Objection.
Grounds.
Argumentative, sustained. You do not have to answer that question.
Why would getting hit be in your head at that point?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Grounds.
It's argumentative too.
Overruled. She may answer the question.
I wasn't concerned about my children being hit at a parade because typically at a parade floats are going very slow.
It still doesn't quite answer the question because the statement was things are going pretty slow. They won't get hit. What prompted the statement they won't get hit at that point?
Because let me answer for her. Hold on, sweetheart. Because cars driving the fucking road, floats are also fucking vehicles. So 1 and 2, car getting hit. They won't get hit. It is a parade. Like, what are we not understanding, my guy? And number 2 to this question, what is the point of asking the question? Okay, cool. Like, let's say she saw the future and determined that her kids might get hit. It still doesn't change the fact that you hit them and you're going to get charged for it. Okay, she's a bad parent and didn't care if they got hit or not. You're still getting charged for it. So why ask the question? Dummy.
Another mom was concerned about how much into the street the kids were waiting for candy.
So it'd be fair to say that the initial concern was from another parent
Correct.
and not yourself.
I wasn't worried about my kids getting hit at a parade as I shouldn't have been.
You stated also that you dropped your other kids off before seeking medical attention. Would that be fair to say?
I said that.
Any reason why you didn't seek medical attention immediately?
I did seek medical attention immediately.
You also just stated that you dropped your other kids off.
My house is on the way to the hospital, so I dropped 2 of my children off so they wouldn't have to sit at the hospital.
Question's going absolutely nowhere, bud.
So your intention at that point was to seek medical attention.
I sought medical attention.
Was
Yes.
that your intent?
That's what I did.
He's so busy trying to make this woman look bad. He doesn't even realize that he's making himself, like, he's laying out more evidence against himself, bro. It doesn't matter what the fuck this lady did after the fact. You were the fact. So what she did after the fact doesn't matter. We're talking about what you did. We can talk about what she did all day after this trial. You feel me? But this has nothing to do with you. You want to exonerate yourself? You want to get out of this situation? First of all, it's never going to happen. But secondly, you don't ask questions like this. You ask questions that pertain to yourself, if you're representing yourself, of course. You ask questions that pertain to your client if you're representing someone who is not an idiot. You know what I mean? So,
Was it your intent?
Objection. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained. Asked and answered.
her jaw is tensing up too. If you look at her, you look at the side right here, grinding her teeth. I bet you she would spit in his. I would spit in his face. I would spit in his face for her. Be like, oh, you want this? This came from, what's her name? Heather. This came from Heather. You know what I mean? Fat loogie in his eyeball.
Do you recall about what time you arrived at the parade?
No.
You recall what time you left the parade?
No.
Were you at the parade with anyone other than your children at that time?
No.
I wonder if she's a single mom. Damn, you're just, say theoretically you're a single mom, you're trying to take your kids out to have a good time, bro. Maybe her man just wasn't there, but that is like, come on, bro. Life is already hard enough to be dealing with shit like this, bro. It's just a complete waste. Like, wasted the whole community's time, traumatized the community, killed people that didn't need to die, And it's so good that this guy will never see the light of day again. Sometimes you don't want to say that, because me personally, I'm not really for the whole incarceration forever and ever, because I feel like people can change. But this guy, he's one of the exceptions. Put him away forever and ever and ever and ever. Forever and ever. Out here terrorizing his family, terrorizing his girlfriend, and then terrorizing a whole parade. His levels just kept increasing.
Before you were able to see the vehicle that struck your son, or was it your son?
Yes.
Before you saw the vehicle, did you observe anyone else struck before that moment?
No.
After that moment?
No.
About how long did it take you to gather your children up before?
Not very long.
Do you recall how long you were treated at the hospital?
I don't know. We were there for a while waiting. The waiting room was full of people that were hurt.
Were you ever told at any point during your waiting process that you probably could have went to another medical facility?
Objection?
Grounds?
Sustained.
She's just giving him that dead stare. She's just staring him into his soul. Shit. She didn't look away not once. Her eyes are locked in. Shit. You thought you was going to intimidate this lady? Hell nah. Hell nah. Hell nah. She's ready for that shit. She's been ready for this smoke.
You recall giving a statement to law enforcement?
Yes.
Do you recall if it was the same night of the incident?
I gave a report the night of the incident at the hospital.
And did you follow up on that report at any time?
No, I didn't.
Any reason why?
Why would I follow up?
Well, it would be fair to say, would it not, that after making a report to law enforcement, you would want to follow up maybe to see what's going to be done about the report. Would that be fair to say?
I knew that the police were going to do their jobs, so I didn't have a reason to follow up. They contacted me when they needed to contact me.
So it'd be fair to say you just gave the report and then just left the rest up to law enforcement?
Sure.
Sure. What the fuck does that change? You know what I mean? Even in her head, like, sure, like, okay. And? The fuck? What does that change? You're still trying to check her parenting. He's still trying to make her look bad when he's the one who caused this entire thing. Listen, brother, this whole thing is on you, not her. She has nothing to do with nothing but to answer questions. It don't matter if she was in the right or the wrong. We're talking about you. Come on now.
And I'm assuming that law enforcement at some point got back in touch with you. Would that be fair to say?
Correct.
Do you recall about when that was?
Either the next day or the day after.
Do you recall if it was a detective or a regular officer?
I believe it was a detective.
Do you recall the name of the detective?
No.
Were you at any time given a card by the detective to be able to keep in contact?
I don't recall.
Do you recall if your interview was written down as a summary or if it was recorded?
I think he did both.
You got both on your ass, bro. What next? What next? See? What next? I have a good sense for these things. He's running out of questions. All these questions are fucking nonsense. All these questions make him look bad. And at first I was trying to understand what he's trying to do with these questions, but I think every time he puts somebody on the stand or he cross-examines somebody, he's trying to break down their character, which is what defense attorneys would normally do. Try to break down the character, attack the character of the person that they're of the person that's on the stand. But he does it in such a shitty and negative way that it just makes him look worse. And all the questions he does to attack her character don't even make a difference in this type of a case, because you still have everybody seeing you run through the parade. What are you going to say? Oh, it was her fault that she left her kids in the road, so I shouldn't be charged? Like, that's never going to fly. If it was her alone, that still wouldn't fly. That still wouldn't fly. But the fact that you ran over dozens and dozens of people, come on now. It's not going to work, bro. You can't attack character in that type of a case. The only thing you could really do is take a fucking plea deal, which he didn't.
Did you file any claims related to this matter?
No.
Ever read or saw a complaint in this matter?
No.
Grounds?
Sustained.
All right, for you OG viewers, that's where we're going to stop it right there, because you guys already know where this goes. Have you ever seen a complaint in this matter? Have you ever given a complaint? Do you know if there's any living being that made a complaint about this matter? No, it's the city of Waukesha. Well, therefore, you must free Darrell Brooks because no one made a complaint. An entity can't make a complaint. Blah, 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 blah. The man is an idiot moron, and at this point, honestly, pretty fucking annoying. Pretty annoying, not gonna lie. Pretty annoying. But anyway, that was Heather, man. She was strong in this shit. Didn't back down, not 1 second. Back talked them. Didn't let them put words in their mouth, and I like that. I respect that. But anyways, people, I love you guys, man. You guys are awesome. Get me the I almost said 2,400. Get me the 12,400 subscribers, man. Everybody tap that subscribe button. Tell your aunties, your nieces, your nephews. Tell all them folks. Subscribe to your boy. Until then, people, I'm out of here. Peace.